welcome to another episode of Most Man. How we doing out there? Please like, subscribe, ring the bell, comment. Boys and girls need some comments. Make sure you smash that like button, smash the subscribe button, ring the bell, share. We're on iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, iHeartMedia. JoinTheMen'sClub.com is the website, JoinTheMen'sClub.com. The email is contact@JoinTheMen'sClub.com. We're also on Rumble. Come over to Rumble. We're starting to make some noise over there, and Rumble is they're a little bit easier to deal with over there, and it's a lot better platform. Not a lot better platform. It's just they're not censoring people over there. So come on to Rumble, Most Man Podcast on Rumble. So today, excuse me, we got Tyler.
What's up? Back in the game.
Yep. And we got Larson back behind the helm back there. Give him an applause back there. We got an applause. Hit the applause button.
I think it's the yellow one.
The yellow one?
Hit any button.
Hey,
there we go.
There we go.
All right, Larson. We got Larson back. Okay. So, obviously, we saw Tyler. So I'm gonna y'all don't make fun of me yet, or you can make fun of me, but mine's a little. I found it in the back there, and the back of my office. So hell, the headphones might straighten it out. Did it straighten it out?
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, I've got a big dent right here. Is that better?
No, you dented it anymore.
Yeah. Well, whatever.
That's all right.
I tried. Okay. So I'll go back to this in a little while. But today we're doing this.
Just so people know, it's kind of a political day today.
Yes, it is.
If you can't tell.
Yes, it is. This whole year is about to get effing nuts.
Yup.
That's what we were talking about earlier. About this. Have you been following the January 6th stuff?
A little bit. The current events right now, no.
Dude, nuts. Okay, so it's pretty damn close that we know that it was a setup, right? We know that.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, I mean
as far as evidence-wise.
Yes.
Public square recognition.
Okay, well, what they're saying now, which the media is suppressing, is about the pipe bomb. You've heard about the pipe bomb? Oh, yeah. Okay, well, January 6th was a setup. That's already been proven. I mean, the media is suppressing it, but on our side, it's been proven. Okay? Now, our side, let's get clear. We got the Democrats, Republicans, and then the Trump party, the MAGA party. And if the Republicans don't get their shit together, I mean, come on, man. They wanted an independent party. Well, they got one now.
Yep.
They've got one. Okay. And people are tired of this shit. So, but they're saying that the whole pipe bomb was, okay, so Kamala Harris was supposed to be at the building where this pipe bomb was, right? Mm-hmm. She wasn't there. Okay. She was at the Democratic National Committee's office or something like that. Don't quote me on the committee, but Democratic National Convention, she should have been there saying, hey, I'm the first half black or African American vice president. She should have been there doing the big celebration of all that. She wasn't there. What they're saying, though, is that the agent that found, okay, so it was an FBI agent that found the bomb.
Uh-huh.
They've got pictures of everybody. The granny's in there going, hey, getting selfies, this, that. They got pictures of everybody except the guy that found the pipe bomb. They've got him. They've got pictures of him sitting on the bench. They got pictures of him being right there where it's at. And they even scanned the area. The Secret Service had already scanned the area. Why wouldn't the Secret Service have found that?
Yep.
Okay, this is what Bongino was talking about today. We would have found that. When we scan an area, we scan the fucking area. We don't miss anything. We would have found that. Secret Service missed it, which means it was planted. So here's what Bongino was saying today. It was planted. They sent in an agent that didn't know that it was there, but he found it and was like, whoa, what the fuck is this? Right? And so he had to report it. Or he was in on it. He was either in on it or he didn't know. But what they're saying now is that he didn't know, so he started the paper trail. All of a sudden, there's communication that there's a fucking pipe bomb here. Okay? It could kill the vice president or elect, right? Well, that's what the question is if he didn't know and he found it, he should be a hero, right?
Yeah.
Why isn't he all over the news for saving the first half African American vice president? He should be a hero because he found it.
Yep.
But why aren't we hearing about it? Because they want to suppress it. Because 6 was planned, January 6th was planned, and they had a big enough story there. And that was plan B. If that didn't go well, right? Like if the riot didn't get big enough, then it set off the bomb. But he was either in on it or he accidentally found it. But he did the way that it's reported, or the way that the waves are working, is that it looks like he accidentally found it. And they sent him to do job A, or they sent him to do job B, knowing that A was already done, and B didn't know anything about A, right? To where he's the fall guy. Why didn't you find this? You know what I mean? Like, this could have killed the vice president.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, for sure. That's American hero, right?
Why didn't he? You can't. There's no pictures of this guy. Nobody knows his name. Does that make sense?
And it was FBI.
Yeah.
It was an FBI guy.
Yeah. Whew. You know where that's going.
Well, I mean, maybe it is because if it wasn't big enough, when it got bigger, it was supposed to get there. But to me, it sounds like I mean that could actually be the case.
You can come in. Grab you a chair. We don't have another camera, but just you can grab a chair.
Or I can turn the camera if you want to jump in here too.
Nothing. We're talking about the January 6th. Hang on. Yeah. So Tim just walked in.
Hey, everybody.
I don't know if you can see him.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Yeah, he's in there a little bit somewhere. But we were talking about the whole January. Have you listened to this shit today?
Not
about
today.
About the FBI agent that. Okay, so Plan A was January 6th, right? That was Plan A. We all know that was stirred up by the left, right?
Well, there's a bunch of stirring.
Yeah. Well, Plan B was they planted that. You've heard about the bomb, right? The pipe bomb. Okay.
Sure.
Well, and Kamala Harris was supposed to be at that location, celebrating her I'm the new first half African American, whatever, vice president. She wasn't there. But the FBI, the Secret Service had already swept the area because she was supposed to be there, right? That's what Bongino was talking about this morning, was that Secret Service should have caught that if it was there. If somebody planted it there, they would have caught it, right? Because it was right by a park bench where they got video of this FBI agent that found it sitting at the park bench, okay? But what they're saying is that it was already planted. It was already planted, And they were using this FBI agent to be like, what the fuck, man? Why didn't you find that? You know, that could have killed the vice president, right? He found it on accident because he didn't know anything. He was used as a pawn but he accidentally found it and reported it. So now all of a sudden there's a paper trail that this dude found this, right?
Yeah. And at what time he found it.
Right. But if he had found it, even if it was by accident, he should be an American hero for preventing the vice president from not getting killed, right? We don't know who he is. We've never seen his face. The media's not talking about it. So the whole thing is, this whole January 6th thing is about to go down, is once all the stories come out, it's going to go down as one of the biggest scandals in American history.
Yeah, and they'll never, ever get to the true bottom of it.
Well, there's
always 80 million layers of,
bullshit.
Yeah.
Well,
you never know what the truth is with these people.
We're garring it today. We're going to test out your fan.
Nice.
So I got the door open back there. It's the first time I used my snippers here.
How much of the general public do you think has already accepted that it was bullshit? I mean, it's got to be the vast majority at this point. How many dumb people are still left there thinking? I mean, half of them are like, they just press down on it just to give you shit politically. But how many people actually still haven't really figured it out yet, do you think? 25%?
Depends where you get your news from.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, I was getting my hair cut today, and I was surprisingly shocked that this young girl, she was 24 years old, and she was plugged in as hell. She's like, she goes, I just got out of college. She got a degree in cybersecurity. Really? She's like, yeah. And I was like, well, what are you doing cutting hair? She said, I can't get a fucking job. She said, I've been applying for years. They've been promising us, they're promising everybody that. It's all bullshit.
Wow. Well, now they got Space Force.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, you figure cybersecurity would be a booming industry.
It is.
I went to get gas today. The whole side of the gas pump was loose. I'm like, I ain't putting my credit card in this gas pump. Went to another gas station. The whole side of the thing was just the same way, was all half hanging off of it. I told Paul, let's go to another one. I went yanked on it. It's, it did the old tap thing with the chip, instead of inserting it. But you got cybersecurity. She can't get a job, but you can't pump gas or give your credit card to a waitress without your shit all getting stolen, and then you got to get new cards, and then you got to cancel all the stuff, my Spotify, and now I get my music gets all jacked up.
Well, here's what they told her, okay, and that's why I asked her, so why can't you get a job? And here she is with a 4-year degree in it. They told her if you get this degree, then you'll have a job and she was like banking on getting a damn good job, because I have a friend of mine that him and his wife do that. Cybersecurity, and they've done well. I mean, they make probably $400,000+ a year each. My neighbor down at the coast was a cybersecurity guy. Man, that guy made freaking hundreds of thousands of dollars a year. He was freaking loaded. But now all these companies are just like, look, if you got a degree, that doesn't mean you got a job. We want experience. Or you start out at $12 to $13, $14, $15 an hour based off what you know. So they're finding out that these college educations are worth wiping their ass with.
Yeah, and the government backed all those loans, and now everybody wants the government to pay the loans.
Well, why wouldn't they?
Well, I mean, I never went to college. I figured it was just quicker and easier to just go make some money.
Oh, yeah. Well, we're already a drink in if you want to get yours, if you're feeling hairy.
I got my cooler in the van. I wasn't ready to get plopped right in the middle of this, but yeah, I got your cases out there, but it's under a bunch of cardboard, so I need to throw maybe some in the dumpster to root it out. You got room in your dumpster?
Yeah. Tyler cleaned house back there, man.
All right. Well, when we take a break here, I'll
yeah, we're going to talk about cigars for a minute, because I'm going to give him some of these smaller ones that I got, if you want to go grab your...
Yeah, talk cigars, and I'll go do what I got to do.
Okay. So what are you smoking over there, Tyler?
It is a Monte Cristo 1935 anniversary. It was the number 2 cigar in 2021.
Let me smell it. I won't smell your lips, Tin.
Oh, man.
Smells pretty good.
Yeah, I like it.
Well, that's what if I'm going to try. I took a picture of it. I'm going to try it. I got me a Tabernacle Toro.
Okay.
But these are the ones that I wanted to tell you about was these. These are interesting. Now, I haven't really sat down because I bought these when it was cold. I bought these when it was cold. But check this out, dude. That's a Macanudo, but look at that.
Oh,
It's a good smoke, dude.
Damn. Maduro, yeah. Wow, that's really cool.
No, it's a good. It takes a while to take that thing down, man.
So you were talking about these. They're bigger than the small ones.
Yeah. Here I got another. So that's a Macanudo, Maduro, and then I've got these, which is lighter.
Cool.
I thought it was good. I thought they were going to be like these.
Right.
But this Romeo and Juliet, it's another good one.
I almost got a Romeo and Juliet once. I didn't do it though.
But this is the punch. That one's lighter.
Oh, cool.
But yeah, that's what I'm saying, dude. There's still a good smoke. They're a good smoke without having to sit down and do a full one.
Right. Smells good.
Yeah, but every time I've got into one of those, I thought I would plow through it a lot faster, and I couldn't. And it was already at the end of the night too. I was like, "Fuck, man, I just need to get to bed."
I watched the Daily Show a lot, and they have a guy who promotes cigars. It's My Patriot cigar, and he has this one cigar that's called a Moab, like the Moab bomb, and it's Dilly said it took him 3 hours to smoke it because it was so big.
Dude, those things, I'm telling you, those small ones, it's an hour, if not longer, smoke.
Yeah.
You would think that you would burn through that thing.
Yeah.
You'll burn through a big one faster than there's a Romeo and Juliet. Kind of like the Monte Cristo.
That smells good.
It's good, and it's strong, dude.
Oh, wow.
They're strong. It's way stronger than these.
Dang. That's cool.
Yeah, so you've already done the Monte Cristos, right?
Yeah.
These. So do you want one?
Yeah.
You can have two.
Mommy. I found a Java one that was a mint one. I haven't tried it yet.
That a friend of mine's a friend of my son's dad, he has chocolate mint
Really?
cigar. Yeah.
Whoa.
We were gonna smoke one night, but I didn't have time.
Yeah.
And they're small. They're small like those.
Damn. Hell yeah.
Yeah. So I'm getting into these small ones, man. I'm getting into the game with them things.
Dude, that Romeo and Juliet smells great.
It is, and it's strong, dude.
Oh.
If you inhale that one, you be ready to not drive.
Yeah.
If you're drinking. That's a night ender right there. That'll put you straight to bed.
It's like Christmas. Man, thank you.
Yeah.
You think Tim's got his MAGA hat back there?
I don't know.
It's MAGA Day, Tim. Ready to do this?
Here, no way you're walking into.
That's what are you smoking today?
Tabernacle Toro.
Toro, that's right.
Mm-hmm. I need to get some more. My humidor, that humidor that I got, it was a little. If I use the moisture trays that they send with it, it's too much, man. It'll get up to like 85, 90%, and so a lot. I mean, I got them fixed, but I caught it right at the right time. But I kept wondering why it kept going up and up and up, and like 85% got to 90, and shit. I got a bunch of cheap cigars on the bottom. They're not cheap, but they're the ones you want to hand out instead of handing out your $15 cigars.
Yeah,
and they were molded, or that they just had they had a little bit of like white fungus on them. But once you take them out and just wipe it off, and they're done.
Damn.
Well, no, they're salvageable. You just don't want the green shit growing off of them.
Okay.
The white stuff's just mildew?
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
I smoked a cigar in the rain the other day. I was on a pretty nice one. I had one that was David and Goliath. I was smoking a Goliath one in the backyard, and it was like right before it started raining. So I'm like a little more than halfway through, and it was sprinkling, but it's not like crazy rain. I was like, damn, this sucks, because this is like a really strong one. And I'm just sitting there in the rain smoking a cigar.
This one's actually pretty smooth. This Toro. Here you go. If you want to toast the end of it, watch out that thing.
I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna try the match thing. I'm kind of into these matches right now. I'm not very good at it. It takes me about 5 matches.
Well, that's what I was saying. If you toast it, like just toast the end, it's not lit, but if you just toast it, it fires off a lot better.
Okay. Damn, your flame goes out big time.
But you can't see it. That's why I see. You can't see it in these lights.
Yeah.
But now see, watch this will fire off like a.
Nice.
Now it's lit.
Sweet.
Yeah, I've been wondering about the matches.
It's a little more difficult, but I don't know, when it first pops lights and comes through, the taste of it, I don't know what it is. It's got that like campfire taste to it. I like it. I mean, that's obviously the more convenient way to do it. I'm still not even getting these down right, because I have to. They burn out so fast. You have to like get it, so I have to do it a couple times.
Actually, that thing fired off pretty good.
It doesn't normally, but I think since I toasted it already.
Yeah, it's almost lit. It's lit.
Sweet. One time, got it.
Yeah, that thing smells good. That smells like those.
I like this.
Is it sweet?
It's actually kind of spicy. Slightly sweet, but it's definitely got some peppers in it.
Yeah, this one's spicy. I can tell because I hadn't had this one in a while.
All right, well, it's the first Most Man podcast with the cigars. It's a good day.
Yeah, my nose hadn't had that in a while. Woo! Yeah, those are spicy. I hadn't had a Tabernacle in hell, it's probably been a month, 2 months. It's been cold. I can't.
Yeah.
There's nowhere for where I live. There's nowhere for me to go. It's on my patio, and the north wind blows right through there.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I've been back there. Yeah. I got nothing but forest back there.
Yeah. Yeah.
We have a really cool cigar lounge up here off of, was it Cabela's, I think? 170 and 35?
35, 170.
Yeah, they got a patio with those really long fire pits, like probably twice or 3 times the size of this table. And those flames come up big, so you can sit far away, heats you right up. I was out there like in 24 degrees, just having a cigar in the fire.
Hell yeah.
Otherwise, yeah, it's cold.
Well, when I get to smoking a cigar, I'm pretty tanked up, so I don't need to be driving.
Oh yeah. I can see why. Like after you power through one of these and you're having a couple drinks, definitely don't need to be on the road.
Mm-mm.
I still like to have a drink and a smoke still. I don't really like to separate them. Personally, it's just nicer. And the nicotine kind of gets overwhelming. Like if you're really powering through them.
Yeah.
So that kind of like neutralizes the overwhelmingness.
Yeah. No, dude, I'm going to be interested. This is the first time I've smoked a cigar with not having like a real, real good buzz. So but like when I get halfway through, it's when I start inhaling it. These get really good about right here. But at first it's a little bit, it's not comfortable, but they are spicy. I've been hooked on these small ones, man. I really have.
I see why.
Yeah. It's because the labor of getting it down to like right here, because this especially because my nose is not used to it. Because man, when I was smoking cigars like heavy, I was smoking like 2 a night, 2 of these a night.
Damn.
Or 2 full-size ones a night. And by the time I'd get to the second one, I was just like a cigarette, dude. Yeah. So, but, well, hell, this is just a fuck off podcast. We're not taking anything too serious. But that is some pretty big news, man. It's crazy shit, man.
Yeah. I mean,
they're blown. I mean, the skirt has been blown,
dude,
on all of them.
That's what I was saying. I think most of the general public's kind of like, okay, enough. Maybe not, but I mean, I think who's dumb enough to not figure it out yet. Like, there's a
lot of stupid people out there, but I think that we're probably at least 6. I would say we're 60, maybe 65, 35.
Think so? I
think we're there.
That's pretty good, at least. Well, as long as we're over 50.
Huh?
As long as we're over 50.
Yeah. No, I think we're 60-40, if not 65-35. There's still the people, like my sister. I've got, and this is my blood sister. I've talked to her, and they don't, but they don't care. Like the life that they live, they're living just they don't even have the news. They watch YouTube and like stuff on YouTube. They don't watch. They don't pay attention to any of that shit, and nor do they care about it. It's just they're just unplugged.
Yeah.
But I think that there's still. I think that probably my guesstimate is that we're 60-40 in our age group. Well, I take that back. 50-50 in my age group. Okay, I'm 45. You're 35 or 36. I think it's probably 60-40 in your age group. I think the younger you go, the more aware. Because they're not TV people. They're internet people.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
They don't even know what CNN is.
Yeah.
They wouldn't. Let me see the matches. I want to see what's in them. But doesn't tell you anything. But you know how some matches like Domino's and all, those come from a cigar bar, right?
No, actually, this is
steakhouse.
It's a steakhouse. It's a badass restaurant.
Well, normally the nicer matches don't have all that bullshit in there that you're sucking down.
Okay, so even the matches, they still have stuff in there too.
Well, the mass-produced ones do.
Do they?
Yeah, I wouldn't use those, but those are just white.
Right.
You know what I mean? But like the matches that people use to light their cigars don't have all that bullshit in there that you're inhaling. Just like what you're inhaling off of this.
Yeah.
That's why I use that, because you don't want to inhale that shit.
The butane.
Yeah. So I fill this one with King butane. It's butane, but it is fucking clean.
Oh, okay.
It's very clean.
Oh, so they have a clean butane too then.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and these are sold, the lighters sold at smoke shops, but
that's a cool lighter.
The butane, that's a Rocky Patel. Speaking of.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the only, that's what I was thinking, because, dude, I'm guaranteed, dude.
Now I can see. I saw the flame that time.
Dude, it's.
Yeah, that's like.
It's like 4 inches tall.
Yeah, it's big.
That's what I was saying when you were, I was like, hold on, just saying, that motherfucker's still burning. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, you remember that black, I don't know if you remember, but I had a black spot on my hand for a while, and that was from that.
Oh, shit, really?
Yeah.
Burned yourself?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I was good and buzzed up out in my backyard, and it was dying down, and I went to, it fell over and just like.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
I remember the next morning, I was like, did I put my finger in paint or what? Because my hand was already like, there was no blister. It was already beyond blister. It was just burnt.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That sounds rough. Not with that torch. Ugh.
Yeah, you'll see it in the dark. We'll look at it up against here.
Oh, damn. This makes my coffee taste better now.
Watch. Look at that.
Jeez. Yeah. Damn, that's a big flame.
And there's 5 jets in that.
5. Wow.
Yeah. So, but no, I think the younger it gets, his fan's doing a damn good job.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's sucking it right out of here.
Yeah.
I thought it was gonna be like hot box or like a
hot box. Yeah, hot boxing.
Or like a smoke machine was gonna be in here or something.
Yeah, like what's his name? Do you smell it out there in the office?
pop your head out on the loading dock and the game is on out there.
No, it's sucking this shit out, dude. That fan is kick ass, dude.
Wow. Okay.
I could tell right when you lit up. I was out there by the dumpster. Cigar smoke. But you don't smell it in here. It's just staying above the ceiling and heading out.
Wow.
The problem's going to be when it's 100 degrees out and you don't want to have the back door open, but
No, it's insulated good. Everybody's always prepared. I mean,
Yeah, when we got that sweatshop going with all the shirts.
yeah, no, it's inhaled a little too early on that one. Most of these people, I always kept my door open at the last office. So
yeah, it's supposed to be migrating that way.
I was watching it. I think it is. I mean, the smoke kind of disappears from when it gets a little bit higher.
Yeah, I see it heading that way.
yeah, no,
That's awesome.
it's clearing it out. It's clearing it out faster than it was in my last studio.
Well, this is a 10-inch duct, and that was like 5 or 6.
Yeah, and the shitty little inline duct fan, $35.
Man.
But no, what we were talking about was, I think the younger generation. I think the ratio is starting to go up in the younger generation of people that are, because they're not TV people. They don't even know who CNN is, or any of that bullshit. They're internet kids. That's what I'm saying. We're talking a hair. Now, she was a smart hairdresser, but, and I don't want to get into like heavy politics today, but it's just that was a big deal today. And I talked to her. Well, I was talking to her about this, and she got on. I think she's already subscribed too. She's like her husband is like looking for something like this. He's wanting to start his own business, and he doesn't know how. And
Tell them cybersecurity, man. Maybe you ought to look into that.
that's what her point was she was like, you do you, and I'm going to get this cybersecurity deal, and then we'll be set when I get out of college, right? And it didn't happen. And he's like, what the fuck? What happened to all that? Like, we sacrificed all those years for you to get that, and that's why she's cutting hair. And she was a sharp girl, man. 24, 5, somewhere in there.
Well, maybe she can dovetail that into some computer, because obviously you got to be computer savvy to mess with cybersecurity. So maybe she can land something that's like parallel or.
Yeah, but the thing that what she was saying is exactly what is being talked about all around right now, is that these college degrees ain't worth a shit. I mean, you know what I mean? Well, they're worth something, but companies got tired of, just because you had a college degree in basket weaving, you get a job, right? Just get a college degree, and that's all we're looking for. You just got to have a degree to get a job.
It shows you know how to learn, and we'll teach you the rest.
Right.
But then a bunch of people showed up when I got my degree. I want to sit on my ass. I want to work from home. I want.
Right.
And the company owner's going, well, what do I get for this?
Right.
A lawsuit because I fired you because, you had some American Indian 300 generations ago, and I discriminated.
Yeah.
Sometimes people get fired because they deserve it. Gee, what a concept.
Well, but you can hire. It's just like supposedly our guys in California that work for us. They're not here in the States, dude. I don't even know what the hell kind of accent they've got. I can't pinpoint it. Can you?
Well, I've only talked to Fred, though. I haven't talked to.
They all have the same accent. They all have the exact same accent.
Fucking China.
It's not. They're not Chinese though. I'm thinking they're like, I don't know.
It's AI. They don't even exist.
Oh,
it's a combination of Bangladesh, Indian, Chinese, and then it spits it out so you can't put your finger on it.
They're real people though, because me and Fred have had conversations dude, for what they charge, I mean, some of the stuff that Tyler, he's just like, dude, it's get them to do it. It's cheaper. Plus, we've already paid for it for the services that we need. We've already paid for it, so it's easier to dump it off on them, and they're good at it. It's cheap. The logo, that logo, was what, $275 or $325 animated?
Yeah, $325 animated. But,
Yeah.
Where are you going to get that here?
well,
We
then
drink
again,
we drink that much in
did-
beer just getting geared up to talk about it.
Well, they're kind of like, you tell us what you want and we'll do what you want kind of thing. They're not. I don't think there is a
We did all the work on this.
right. That's what I'm saying. Like, when you're paying money like over like $150, they need to get creative, and we came up with that. So we still did the work. They just
They did the
digitized-
legwork.
They digitized it. Yeah.
Yeah. But like I did a logo for when I first started talking about doing podcasting. I started a company. Well, I didn't start it. It's not a company, but like my LinkedIn, if you looked at my LinkedIn, that's what it is. I was going to do because I'm a construction guy, right? I was going to do CIN network, Construction Industry Network. But I just couldn't figure out a way to make money off of it. But I'll show you. Dude, I paid $65 for this logo. $65. Where's my LinkedIn? I'm gonna have to load it back up because I don't do LinkedIn that much. But $65, and it was done in less than 24 hours.
Wow. There's some people out there that do things for the right price. Some are so good they just want to mass produce stuff. Like the artists who have really advanced, they will start doing stuff for cheaper just to get more clients because they're putting out such good products. So you might have run across.
Okay, here it is, right here. That was $65.
Yeah, that's a good one.
It's supposed to be a shamrock.
That's good for $65.
$65.
You can see that.
Yeah, that's
Shamrock.
Yeah,
that's a 3-digit plus logo for sure.
$65.
Damn. Wheeling and dealing.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's good. I like that one.
yeah.
Color green that you picked on there is awesome.
Well, that was our color
Yeah.
scheme on all of our stuff. But yeah, it like I talked to my son about this last night. He got into it with one of his teachers. She wouldn't let him go to the bathroom because one time that he went to the bathroom, he ran into one of his friends and they were talking out in the hallway, and the principal caught him and it's like, he's not allowed to go to the bathroom anymore. So she wouldn't let him go to the bathroom yesterday. And because I remember his mom called and I was like, man, what the fuck was she bitching about? He's like, man, he said, I went off on one of my teachers today. And he said, because the teacher and the principal called my wife, and I don't know what he said to her, but it was in the tune of, what the fuck am I doing in this class anyway? What am I going to gain out of this? He didn't want to talk about it because he was so pissed because his mom was just chewing his ass. And he was like, oh, I needed to go to the bathroom. What's so wrong with that? Kick me out of school then if I can't go to the bathroom. And he just said, I'm not doing anything in this class no more. This class does nothing for me. I'll ask him tonight. But he just didn't want to talk about it. Plus, he got his ass kicked, and they're doing like weightlifting. He's in powerlifting and all that right now. So he was dead to the world for that anyway. But he's like, what is this going to do? What do I gain from this? And what is this going to do for me in my future? Nothing. So if I can't go to the bathroom, I can't learn. And I ain't doing nothing. So I don't know what all went on there. I'll find out. But
Nobody can really function when you're just sitting there grinding on holding it, like,
well, he'll hold,
check out of everything.
he won't take a dump at school because he's a clean freak like me. He's worse than I am. He's a germ phobe, But so like as soon as he gets home, he's straight to the bathroom to go to the bathroom. But I mean, when you gotta go piss, you gotta go piss. I mean, sometimes it's hard to hold, especially when athletics, you're just chugging water and all that kind of stuff to stay hot. I mean, when you gotta piss, you gotta piss. Sometimes people can't hold that, I mean, that sphincter valve it's good, but it's not guaranteed.
It's not foolproof.
Yeah.
You ain't got to tell old people about pissing.
Ah.
When it's time, it's time. And the older you get, the shorter the period of time from when I think I got to piss till I really got to piss gets a lot shorter too. You know, you don't kind of have that, well, okay, here's the next chance I get, you know, okay, in the next half hour. It's like, I think I might have to piss. Get out of the way.
I'm not gonna mention his name because he watches this, but I'll speak on Captain Kirk. He's dead, so I can talk about him. But I have a few older friends that we went out drinking a couple times, and we didn't make it. He didn't make it, and I mean they pissed their pants. You know, like full on. There's only so long you can go. But Kirk, we'd be on the boat, and he'd be in his bathing suit. And he'd be at the helm, and it'd be rough, and I'd be like, he's like, I got to take a piss. I'm like, well, go back there and take a piss. And he's like, oh, no. And he just fucking pissed right there in his bathing suit. Nobody would know it but me. And I'm like, dude, what the? And when we get to the fishing spot, he'd take the water hose and hose himself off. And I'm like, God dang, dude. We could have slowed down for 10 seconds for you to, I know you've got enough to get it over the side. So come on, man. Oh, Kirk. He'd be pissing on his customers and spitting on them. He used to dip that cherry skull because he drank. He was an alcoholic. He'd drink like a fifth of whiskey, vodka, tequila, whatever. He's a barbecue guy, so he'd be up at his barbecue place flipping briskets, you know, at 3 o'clock in the morning. But he was a morning drinker. So he'd show up drunk, and he'd have a bottle of tequila or bottle of whatever, and he'd have a 5-gallon bucket, and there'd be Modelo or whatever, and there'd be like 2 or 3 of them left. Like he drank the whole 12-pack on the way, or 9 or 10 of them on the way. Damn. Yeah, but he'd have a big old. It looked like an ant mound in his lip. It'd be a quarter of a can of Skull cherry in his lip, and he had in his bottom 2 teeth right here. He had like a well dug out because he had spit out of there so much throughout his life. Damn. And he could just lurch that shit through those 2 teeth. And we'd be going out, and all of a sudden, you know, you'd see a guy to the left because he'd be on the left, I'd be on the right. And all of a sudden you'd see this guy going, that wasn't salt water, you know, because it's fucking brown. You know, it's like, what the fuck was that? I'm like, God almighty, you fucking Neanderthal. Yeah, he was a wild man. He was a wild man.
Oh, if he spit tobacco on me, we might be having some problems. That's not cool.
Yeah, but you got to understand on those charter trips, you're dealing with people that they've never been out there. They don't know what the hell's going on. So I'm saying you could piss on them and tell them it's rain, and they'd go, yep, I think it is rain. I mean, it just, you'd have to understand that crowd. It just, some of the wildest shit went on those charters.
You know, I was on a road trip with old Don, and this other guy was driving. We were in the back seat coming back from Memphis, and he says, hey, pull over here. I got to piss. And the dude driving, yeah, I'll get to it, you know, yeah. And Don's like, you know, hey, man, then you need to pull over. Yeah, this big truck stop, whatever, up here. So Don looks over at me, and he pulls out some, like, coffee cup or something, and he gives me the head nod. So, you know, I just go look out the window there, and Don does his deal, and then the other guy driving, his name was Don as well. Yeah, we're about, it's coming up here. Don's like, oh, no, I can hold it. Just press on, you know. Are you sure? Yeah, I'm good, you know. We just kept on going. But when you gotta go, you gotta go.
Yeah. No, and it, how'd the hell we get on that?
Peeing on yourself?
Yeah.
Cigars, tobacco, dip.
Yeah. This is what happens when we this is what happens when we drink.
It's about your son needing to go to the bathroom.
Yeah. So.
And then all the needing to go to the bathroom stories started flying thick.
Yeah, no, that's true.
I saw this guy get knocked out at a poker game one time. He picked a fight with a dude you should not be picking a fight with, and he got knocked out in the parking lot, and he just pissed on himself, and it went all down the street. I was like, dang.
Yeah. Well, when I went to Cancun, and these people from New York were there, and the first day they got shitty drunk. The first day, I mean, I was just like, God dang, man. I mean, he was getting shot after shot after shot. Like, he was trying to prove that he could outdrink me. And I was like, dude, if you want to do this, we can do this. Well, all of a sudden, the first night he almost got kicked out because he threw a plate at his he threw a plate at his wife in the restaurant. And he was shitty drunk. Didn't remember. Seen him the next day at the pool doing the walk of shame. His wife is already drinking at like noon. I'm like, I think I remember that lady. Why is she here single? And but she got shitty drunk the next day, and she got out of the pool and just like rolled out of the pool, and we were like, God dang it, how did she get so screwed up? And people were having to help her, and that was the whole thing too, was like, you know, she was dripping, her bathing suit was dripping, but then all of a sudden she made him walk her over to the trash can, and she just leaned on the trash can and proceeded to just let the waterfall go. And we were all in the pool just going, is she really pissing that much? It looked like a cow pissing. Have you ever seen a cow piss before, or a horse piss?
Yep.
That's what it looked like. It was so much liquid. We were like, dear freaking God, what in the hell is that? What happens in Mexico stays in Mexico, I guess. I mean, I was like, good God.
Ugh.
Yeah, people, man. People are crazy, man. They have no couth, too.
Yeah.
They have no couth.
Couth is something they have been missing a lot of. It's like something that a couple generations didn't really learn much of. I don't know if it's just lower class people or something, but just no home training. But there's been a lack of couth in quite a few areas, I've noticed.
You know, it used to be cute when somebody was quirky or something, but you get a whole bunch of quirky people together, it's ugly.
Yeah.
You know, keep Austin weird. It was funny when there was a few weirdos. Now the whole place is weird. You can't go there. It's just too weird.
No, it's there. There was one time. So my cousin's from Austin. I have family down there, and I went down there for me and my friends went down there and met for some music or whatever. And it was New Year's Eve, and I'm walking down the sidewalk, and this guy was standing there in a Speedo. And like on purpose, he walked right in front of me and just ripped his Speedo up his ass. And he's tan as hell. This guy's tan as hell, okay? Rips his Speedo up his ass, like proving that, like, you look like a masculine man, so I'm just going to rip my panties up my ass.
Just give himself the wedgie from hell.
Yeah, and I'm telling, my cousin was like, well, so how'd y'all enjoy, you know? And I was like, dude, man, I'm walking down the street, and I said, this fucking guy just rips his panties up his ass, right? And they were Texas panties, the Texas flag. And he goes, oh yeah, man, that's Stacy, man. And I was like, what? I said, you know who this guy is? And he's like, oh yeah, man, he's fucking famous, man. He's all over the news and on TV. Here's where Stacy's location today. He's famous for sitting out in his Speedo in a lawn chair with his American flag, and he just sits out. He'll sit in a gas station parking lot and tan. And he'll throw a towel on the ground and tan. Rip his panties up his ass and tan. And he was like, yeah, man, Stacy's been around for 20 years, man. He's been doing that for 20 years. He makes a living off of it. He's got sponsors. He's got all sorts of.
Jeez.
Yeah.
I knew there was the singing cowboy in New York, the naked singing cowboy or something. He just had a guitar kind of covering him up.
Yeah, I saw that guy in New Orleans.
Yeah?
He travels. But,
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I think it was in New York most of the time. I know what you're talking about.
You go down there for Mardi Gras on vacation.
Yeah.
Here, y'all keep talking. I got another one for you.
Yeah, he would take a vacation to New Orleans to take a break from New York.
Yeah, I mean, but he made a living at it.
Yeah. Yeah, he wears a Cowboys hat and like the whitey tighties.
If you're the only guy doing that, then. But if you get on an elevator with 9 people and they all got guitars and pulling their underwear up their ass, I mean, that's out of control.
That's weird, man.
No, check this out. This is here's another Austin legend.
Jeez. Oh. What the fuck? Is that a that's just a marker, right?
Yeah.
I thought it was your dad for a second.
I was just hoping it wasn't. I was hoping it wasn't.
That's a little much.
Here.
Switch
it to Tyler.
Yeah, it kind of won't focus good.
Yeah, it's not in focus. I'd have to hold it back here, probably. I think we got the picture.
But, then you
it says
can't-
boner garage.
Ugh.
And she's got, I mean, how would you even
on
feel?
her, on her stomach with an arrow pointing down, boner garage.
I mean, how would you feel? Why would anybody go dressed like that? If you look like that, would you go in public looking like that?
Yeah, because if you're the only one, it's over the top. But when you got a dozen people on the elevator like that, it loses its allure. It ain't funny. It's just creepy.
Yeah, no, it's Austin is a.
I mean, I appreciate uniqueness, but when everybody's unique all at the same time, it's a freak show.
Well, there's another guy in Austin. Speaking of that, there's another guy that works for he works for. Speaking of the guitar thing, he does it only for Little Caesars Pizza. That's it, and he just rides his bicycle from corner to corner to corner at like I-35 and major interchanges, and he just sits there and plays Eric like it's a cardboard guitar, and he just acts like he's strumming. But it's the specials. It's pizza for pick up your pizza for $5 or whatever their special that day is. That's how you know what the special of the day is. This guy playing the guitar or the air guitar on a piece of cardboard that shows the special, and he makes good money doing it.
Yeah, and I appreciat that.
Yeah.
It's kind of cute or unique, and like, oh yeah, there he is. Hey, there's the special.
But I just couldn't believe that the whole Stacy. Both of my cousins were like, we were at a family reunion, and I said, talking to my other cousin, I said, man, he's like, oh fuck yeah, man, that's Stacy, and I'm like, good God, man, how is this guy popular? But is what it is.
I wonder how much he makes in tips.
I don't know, but that he's never had a job. That's all he's done is tan in his Texas or whatever panties of the day that he's in, or Speedo, whatever you want to call it. That's his job. That's what he does. And he's brown. He's browner than that right there. He's brown.
Like leather.
Was he chiseled at all? Or
Yeah.
He works out. Maybe
Yeah,
does
he's
some
in good shape
push-ups or something.
Yeah, he was in good shape. Tall. Yeah, he wasn't like disgust. I mean, like that lady. Yeah, if the women were like, "Oh, hey, how you been?" And he's like, he's playing with his panties, and I'm like, God, what the fuck is going on
Did he
here,
have
man?
some, like Fabio hair or something? Or
I can't remember. I was fucked up. I was just so appalled.
yeah, you
that
weren't looking at his head. You were looking at his ass with a wedgie.
Well, no, I was so appalled that a man would do that in front of another man. I was younger. I was like 20. Probably 24, 25, something like that. I was just so shocked that somebody would do that.
He's probably still down there
Oh, I'm sure he is.
in a wheelchair.
Man, I don't want to go to Austin for a long time. I had a bad experience last time I went. Almost shot a homeless person. I told you all about this already, didn't I?
Yeah,
think
I've
so.
never heard this one.
I was about to. It was getting pretty bad. My girl and I were having dinner at this restaurant, and we're like on the patio on the edge, and comes up and slaps me on the arm. So what the fuck?
Yeah, you told me this.
Yeah,
Well, that was your first mistake, eating on the periphery of the.
it's a nice restaurant. I mean, it felt so good outside too. But yeah, I know what you're saying. Well, I didn't realize how bad the streets in Austin were at that point. Like, I mean, I guess I should have known all the tents underneath the highway. I was like,
That's a
holy
clue.
shit.
Yeah, I've got a story about that, dude. Okay, so whenever we were in the second run in the concrete business, when we were in the dumpster business, we cleaned up one of those homeless parks in Austin. It was a popular homeless park. It was probably 5 acres. Okay. And that's what, they wanted to kind of get the tents off the street and all that. So they said, y'all can be here, put your tents here, and y'all can live here and then go beg for money, during the day. So it was downtown, and it was I didn't go down there. I saw pictures of it. But they paid us $75,000 to clean, because all of the needles and it was so unsanitary. Okay. They told them, they said, y'all need to pack up for a week so we can clean this place up. Okay. They paid us $75,000 to clean up all this shit. We went in there, scooped out all the dirt, put new fresh dirt in there, spread it out. And we're thinking, well, are they going to plant grass? What are they going to do? No, they opened back up the gate and said, okay, y'all can come back. They spent money to clean up all their drug shit. And then it's back.
10,000 cigarette butts, I'm sure. And
yeah, all the trash and all the shit. And they're like, okay, y'all come back. It's open again.
Like
our last day there, they were moving them back in.
Like you changed their diaper.
Yeah. Well, it's just like what they did in San Francisco whenever the China leaders were coming into town. They can clean up the streets for that, but they can't clean up the streets for their own fucking citizens.
Well, they can clean it up. They just can't keep it cleaned up.
Have y'all seen that map? They made a map of San Francisco, and they, like, I guess whatever the app is, they're allowing citizens to make a marker where they found
a turd.
Shit.
Yeah.
You saw that?
It's covered. It's completely covered. The whole this part of the city, you cannot look at the city without seeing how many places they found people's feces.
It covered 100% of the map.
Yeah, my buddy Jim, who just died, he went out there for I guess some wedding or some family wedding. His wife drug him kicking and screaming. He said, as soon as we got off the plane, it smelled like piss. And his wife gave it, no, it wasn't as soon as, it wasn't as soon as we got off the plane. He's like, it was as soon as we got outside the terminal. She's right. So yeah, maybe the airport, but after that, it was every man for himself.
Well, it was like that in Seattle. We went to, when we went to Hawaii, we came back. When we came back, so the first time we went through California. Where were we? We were in San Diego, or I think we were in San Diego. San Diego's clean, but have you ever been to California?
Yeah.
How do you fuck a beautiful state up like that? It's got to be one of the nicest states in the union. How do you fuck that up? But we went to Hawaii, came back through Seattle. I'm serious. Do you think Austin's a dump? Or Austin's actually nice, right? But when we came back through Seattle, it felt like you were in a draconian city. You could just feel the evil, just I was scared to go in the grocery store. That's how bad it was.
I know what you're saying.
Yeah, you could just feel the.
You had to have your head on a swivel because you didn't know where the crazy shit was going to come.
No, I mean, they'll walk up to your door and be like tapping on your window, like, money, cigarettes, you got anything to drink? And I'm like, what the fuck is going on here?
They give you a checklist, here, man, here's what I'm after, just help me out with whatever.
Yeah, but the tents and all this, but you just felt that, like, we went downtown. I don't want to plug them, but it was called Biscuit Bitch. It's how Biscuits is the new rave and all that. Well, they were a real famous restaurant downtown, and my ex-wife wanted to eat there. It was good food, but you walked in, man, and you felt like, I mean, everybody was trans in there. Everybody was just like, I was like, I don't want to eat here, man. I don't want anybody that fixes my food, and I didn't eat. She was like, oh, this is a famous place. This is one of the top 5 restaurants in the city. And I was like, I'm not eating here. I don't want any of them touching my food. And just the vibe that was downtown, it was like, this is way off. way off.
I did a traveling poker tour. So when I went pro, I was like driving, like I'd go up to Colorado, to Vegas, to LA, and Flagstaff, and Albuquerque, and back home. I would do this like traveling thing. This is like 2017, December. So it's like going into 2018 when all the race stuff was still pretty heightened.
Mm-hmm.
When I got to LA to go play, dude, it felt so anti-white. Everywhere I was going, you could just tell there was hostility.
What is LA like? I've never been to LA.
Super Mexican.
But I mean, what is LA a dump? Is it a dump?
So I was more on the outskirts, so I was still in nicer areas. But when I got downtown in Hollywood and Boulevard and places like that, it was pretty dirty. Even Hollywood Boulevard, you could tell they were constantly cleaning it up, but like littering was horrible. Trash was all over the place. I heard it's way worse now, and it's only been a couple of years. But when I went, you could tell it's not like what it used to be. It was pretty dirty. It was kind of like a Las Vegas strip, but a little bit worse. And that was Hollywood Boulevard. It's like the coolest one. So yeah, I was. Man,
yeah, there's parts in Vegas where I remember when we first started going, that's when we weren't broke, but we were barely surviving. So when we would go to the World of Concrete, we would walk back and forth to our hotel, and we were staying at the Stratosphere because it was the cheapest place. And so we'd walk, and we were all into fitness and all that stuff back then. So we didn't mind walking. But, man, you get off one block off that strip, and, man, you are in
yeah.
Well, you were in Vegas with me. We were in the nice part. That's the nice part of Vegas, where that apartment I had. But, man, downtown, you get one block off that strip, dude, and, man, you better have a fucking gun, man. It was bad.
That's where all the strip clubs are and all of that.
The hookers.
The hookers, strip clubs, gambling, just
no, it wasn't.
No,
it was like hood.
Yeah,
a shitload of homeless people.
Yeah, and
yeah, because then that's how they get to the strip so quick. Boom, and they go, ask for money or hustle or whatever.
Yeah, it's literally one street over.
Yeah,
one street over, and I was like,
it runs parallel with the whole strip.
I know what you're talking. Yeah.
And 2 streets over is worse than that one.
Yeah.
Well, when I did the marijuana show for that coffee, and that's right when Vegas legalized, or it had been legal for a year. I mean, you can't go anywhere in that town without it just reeking a pot. I mean, I was in Walgreens, and I walked in Walgreens, and I was like, man, there's like 5 people out there smoking a joint, and they're like, yeah, it's legal. Yeah. Dude, that marijuana show. Now, I stand in the middle on that. That would solve our debt problem if they would just tax that shit. But here's the thing. Vegas changed from the time they legalized that. From before, it got worse. I mean, it's worse. But what was my point? That marijuana show, because it's so new. It was so new. It was so fresh, dude. It was like taking a step back into the wild, wild west, and then taking a step into the future at the same time. I've never talked to more doctors, scientists. I mean, there's a lot of money in that, and a lot of smart people. It was. I don't know how to. The only way I can explain it is it was like taking a step back in time and then taking a step into the future at the same time. I've never seen so much wild technology on growing stuff.
Well, you say it'd solve the problem. Yeah, it would generate some tax revenue, but you'd still just have people growing their own stuff because it's like bootleggers. You can go to the liquor store, buy all the booze you want. Why do people still make their own booze? Because they don't want to pay the tax on it. So,
or the regulation.
All of it, sure.
Yeah.
So they do an end run on the man. Well, you don't think people ain't just going to grow it out the ass? If you've got a whole society, a big chunk of the society, like, I'd smoke some pot or have some pot, but it's illegal, and, I'd lose my job, or the family would look at me a certain way, blah, 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 blah. So if it became legal, now magically you could have some pot. Nobody's going to bust your chops over it. But who knows where you get the pot from? the cartels. They're going to grow it quicker, cheaper, better, easier than all the regulated shit going on.
Well, my buddy Jim, I won't say his last name, but he's partners with Tommy Chong in California. He is Mr. Marijuana in California. He's got all but what we were talking about it. That's why I got in the coffee business, is because that's the main component of their soil is used coffee grounds. Like once you brew the coffee, they want the used coffee grounds. That is 90% of their soil component. Because it's all the nutrients and whatever vitamins or whatever, and then eggshells. They used eggshells. But dude, this guy's buds are the size of my arm. He's buying high-rise buildings right and left in Compton and all over California where his licenses are, and every floor in that high-rise is growing pot. They black out the windows, put all those special lights in, and that's why I got in the coffee business. He was like, if you get in the coffee business, he said, I will buy every bit of your coffee grounds. That's why I started that coffee shop. If we're gonna do it, we've got a user for the end product. He'll buy it. And yeah.
You're going to crap your pants on this, but I just recently read an article about putting coffee grounds in concrete, and it makes it way stronger, harder, da-da-da-da-da-da.
I guarantee it does. You know why? Because it feels, okay, so concrete, here's how, it's not, everybody thinks that cement is where the strength comes from. No, the strength comes from the sand and the gravel mixture, because that's your compressive strength. The cement is just the glue that holds it together. Okay? So the coffee grounds are smaller than the sand grounds, or the sand, the granules.
Yeah.
They're smaller than that, so that even further fills all those voids. You see what I'm saying? So I could easily see how that makes it stronger.
Yeah, I don't know if they treat it first with something or do something so it doesn't decompose or something, but there's some process. Maybe they cook it more, burn it, or I don't know, but it makes it kind of.
I don't think you'd have to do anything to it. It's just the fact that it's smaller. It's a smaller particle than the sand, which would fill those. Like if you cut into concrete, you'll see the rocks, but the rocks aren't on top of the rocks. The sand is all through the rocks. But that's what gives it that compressive strength. And then when it gets cold, it contracts. It's going to get stronger. And then when it gets wet, it expands. So you got to have that, or it'll crack or bust. I could easily see that. They're also making a concrete out of hemp, leftover hemp, they make hemp bricks that are, I know a guy in Austin, I was going to buy his concrete plant because that's what he was doing. He was getting out of the ready mix business to do all this hemp concrete stuff. And it's number one, it's stronger. Two, it's less, it's more dense, but it's the insulation value that you get out of it with hemp. It's you don't have to, if you built a house with hemp concrete, you don't need any insulation. So yeah, we could go on and on and on about concrete, but
hemp was having a potential to replace paper a long time ago. Was it the
rope,
1920s?
Everything?
Yeah,
the rope was always the one you heard.
Well, they say that's why they made hemp illegal, is because it was going to ruin all sorts of industries. Because every bit of that plant can be used for something, and it's a better byproduct of what we're using, like poly, or like they say the hemp rope or hemp anything. You need a spark.
Make it big.
So, but that's what I'm saying about the marijuana show. Yeah, that thing's a jet engine, dude.
So far away.
Well, you can't see it in this light. That's the problem. So don't burn yourself.
I'm glad you told me last time. I'm like,
it'll burn you before you know you're burnt.
Yeah.
It'll burn you good.
Well, no, that's what I was telling him before you got here. I used to have a black spot on my hand right here, and I woke up the next morning, and I was like, man. And I remember burning myself, but it was from that. It went beyond blister. It was just fucking dead black skin. You know, and I was good and buzzed up. It was probably a Friday or Saturday night, and I woke up going, what the hell did I do to my knuckle? And it was there. It was there for probably 6 weeks, 2 months. Easy. So.
Do you know who James O'Keefe is?
I've heard of him.
So James O'Keefe was part of the Project Veritas, where they go do all the undercover cameras.
Oh yeah, I remember him.
Well, he, they kicked him out because I guess he was in too much control or something. But he just posted a breaking video because we were talking about cybersecurity. So the White House cybersecurity, it says breaking video. He just posted it like half an hour ago. It said top White House cyber official tells O'Keefe and he did it at the undercover camera again. Tells O'Keefe in disguise they can't say it publicly. The White House wants to replace Kamala Harris and confirms President Joe Biden mental decline. Biden is definitely slowing down. I'm just telling you what I've heard. They're really concerned about it. I think they need to get rid of him or her. But no one in modern history has ever said we're not going to renominate the president for a second term. He says, where'd it go? Yeah, no one in modern history has ever said we're not going to renominate the president for a second term. And so I had a meeting with Michelle Obama. Someone asked her,
Michael.
With Mike. I said, will you ever run for office? And she said, no, empathetically. She's like, I've seen all the shit my husband has to go through, and that does not interest me.
Well, my whole thing is that if they're so into all this fucking tranny stuff and all this.
Oh, my bad.
No, you're good.
Well, LBJ didn't run, but they wanted him to run, but he said, I shall not seek or accept the nomination.
Oh,
It's
really?
been in like 68.
Really? He didn't go again?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, he replaced who?
Kennedy.
Yeah.
And then he said, nah, I ain't doing this. But
What anybody in their right mind would.
It was during the Vietnam War.
Yeah.
And who knows what he knew, back with, all that crazy Cuba, the CIA, fucking Kennedys are getting picked off left and right. MLK got assassinated. Bobby Kennedy got assassinated. I mean, there's a whole lot of crazy shit going on in public life in the
He probably understood what
mid-'60s.
He probably understood what he was doing to the black nuclear family right there, too. So he's like, all right, I got to cut this string. I already did my job. Now they're all split up. That's crazy. Civil rights was supposed to be a good thing. It screwed up a black nuclear family worse than anything.
Well, I've been watching a lot of the blacks bringing up that they're on to it now, man.
Yep.
I mean, because the Democrats own more slaves than anybody.
Yeah.
They just wanted to get off the hook, but blamed it on the Republicans.
Yeah, that's one thing that a lot of people have to figure out about the Democrat stuff is that, I mean, they blame it on white racism that we had black slaves or whatever, but if you really look into the psychology of the party, they don't care who the slaves are. Whoever will submit to them is who are going to be the slaves. They'll enslave anybody.
Well, it's fun. A lot in the black community, they'll ask people and, they'll work around the Lincoln, and they're all shocked when they find out he was a Republican. Like, no, man, he was a Democrat. No. I mean, the KKK was all Democrats.
Yeah.
I remember Byrd. I used to watch C-SPAN, for God's sakes. That Byrd, the senator from West Virginia, he was freaking KK'd up out the wazoo, and, he's one of the leaders of their freaking party, and that was in the 90s.
Yeah, he and Joe Biden are like in a parade together on like a float or a car or something.
Biden's on record saying something like, I highly respected him. He taught me everything I know and all the kinds of shit. And the guy's a freaking, I don't know if he was officially a grand wizard or not, but
I'm pretty sure.
I'm sure he had his cape in the freaking
Well, what I'm saying is if they want to keep doing all this stuff, now that the skirt's been blown up, why doesn't Buttigieg and all those guys get some moobs? You've heard of the moobs, right? The man boobs, the implants. They're so proud of all that. Why aren't they getting moob jobs?
They were waiting for Big Mike to get in office so they could all do it at the same time. One step away.
Big Mike.
I don't know. The way they cross their legs and stuff already, I'm pretty sure they've already like halfway there. They did the bottom half, just waiting to do the top half. I could be wrong. But I'm just saying, I know as a man, there's no way I can cross my legs like that. I don't even like propping my foot up on top of my other leg, much less cross it all the way over.
I don't know how people do it.
Dude, there's no way.
I'm built like a stump anyway. I can't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe if you're like 90 pounds or something. Just got some sticks on sticks.
Yeah, my stepdad does that. I questioned that for a long time. I was like, dude,
Oh, man.
how the fuck do you sit like that? And why would you sit like that?
Why would you? Not a good look.
No, it's not a good look. How long have we been on, Larson?
1 hour and 15 minutes.
Okay. You want to break it off and do another one?
Yep.
Want to?
Sure.
Okay. Well, let's fucking go. This is just a fuck off one. We wanted to test out Timmy's fan, and it's fucking delivering.
There you go.
When you went out there, could you smell cigar in the office?
Not really, but I mean, it's in my nose. And
Yeah.
So I can't really tell.
Tim will be the.
Yeah, when we take a break, we'll go out on the loading.
No, I'm talking about in the office.
No,
office.
but walk out on the loading dock and you'll smell it, but you don't smell it in the office. That's when you'll know there's a demarcation line of reek to non-reek.
Well, no,
It's an official term.
No, I can see it. It's taking it out quick. Like
I can watch it as it dissipates. It definitely heads your direction.
Yeah.
It goes up there. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Well, thank you for that, Tim.
Thanks, Tim.
Oh, yeah.
Clutch. So, all right. Anything else?
Ready for the next one.
I like that shirt.
Thanks, man. Legendary. It is a legend. It's a legend, man.
Yeah. Well, not. He showed up, and I was like, well, shit, I think I probably got a hat back there in the back. Mine's all caved in. And
I should have told you.
so don't make fun of my hat.
Yeah, it was impromptu MAGA day.
Yep. So, yeah, no, that whole January 6th stuff, man, I can't wait for that stuff to come out, man.
Yeah. Well, they got all the footage and then they kept it. Was there Marjorie Taylor Greene? She got a hold of all of it and then she kept it for herself so she could release it when she wants to. That's what pissed everybody off.
Yeah. Well, no, people are opening their eyes, man, and hopefully more open their eyes. So let's go. Got anything else, Tim?
Yeah, to go off into another half hour, so let's just wrap it up and hit the next one running.
Hell yeah. Yeah, it's 3:00. I can start drinking now. I felt guilty there for a little while. Well, they don't know what time it is.
I was up at 5 this morning, on the job by 7, got done at 1, and so I'm having my after work beer here.
Yeah. Hell yeah. All right, everybody. Thanks. Please like, subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. We need some subscribers. We've got over 100, we're 105, 6, 7 now, something like that. So we've hit the triple digits. So I'm not saying it's downhill from here, but at least that was a big milestone. So thank you. So like, subscribe, ring the bell, comment, Rumble. Come on over to Rumble. We are on iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, iHeartMedia. JoinTheMen'sClub.com is the website. The email is contact@jointhemensclub.com. We will see you next time. Thank you.